What's going on, Danny Crew? Danny Drew here, and we are back for another day of Catan. Turbo Tuesday on the leaderboard. It's a new season, so I'm super excited. Glad to have you here, and we are in the second position. So what is the situation on this board? Ooh, interesting. Okay. So I really like the 693 here, but I'm just trying to think, are there better ways? Because there's a lot of ore on this board. So is the 693 really our best option? We do get, I'm also looking at this 854 here in the top. And I think we get a lot of outs, like 854, 384 is really good. Obviously 693 is solid though. But I'm thinking if we take the 854, can't we pick up ore on the way back? Either we double the other side of the 9. 8510 is also interesting at the bottom. Now I could go with the 8510 here. But I think the touch of wood's actually kind of nice. What would you pick at home here? I think this is kind of tough. I think the wood's nice. And I think also something to note here is if we take the 854, very likely somebody's going to go 810 at the top of the board, which means the board will open up. And us having the potential wood here could give us some maybe opportunities to take some of the open space as well. So I'm kind of torn between the 693, 854, and I think the outs are great. This is very common. A lot of times, a lot of players will just immediately grab the ore, but the reality is we can grab the ore on the way back in most cases. So I really like this 854. We're going to take this. We're going to run with this. Also, knowing that probably someone is going to go 810, we could probably just point right. I think that makes the most sense to me. So hope you're doing amazing. Hope you're doing well wherever you are at in this wonderful, wacky world. Having a good time on the leaderboard. Doing quite well as of recent. So very excited to start getting some of these new games out to you. Now the third position here goes, 693. Okay. I think that's a logical pick. You know, the thing is, no matter what, 693 is always good. But for us here, I really like the 854. We get isolated wheat. We do get the best sheep, and then again, like I said, we can always pick up the ore on the way back. And there's a lot of spots in the middle. 9, 10, 2 is good for us. You know, we get that starting brick. That's potentially an option. If we get anything like the 834 in the bottom left, 8, 5, 10, amazing. I don't think we do, though. So I think it's going to go something like 6, 3, 11, 8, 5, 10. So they get all the resources. I'm assuming maybe 834, looking at this, goes to red. And then we're probably going to get on this 9 ore, which was the plan all along. And what's interesting, if you look at that, now black has to go on something like the 810 here. I guess he could go 6-2. But I think we've created a situation here where we're going to actually open up the board and it's going to be in our favor. So not only do we have the ability to potentially play a pretty decent OWS game, but I think having the open space, if I calculate correctly, having the open space will actually really help us in terms of maybe playing road. Jakenheimer, Mr. Orange here, 8, 5, 10. I think either 6, 3, 11 or 8, 4, 3. All of these are logical picks. Overall, I like the 8, 3, 11 for him. He does have access to everything. Perfect, yeah. I think it's an interesting play, starting with the wheat and the 2 ore. Pretty much making the claim that I'm going to build the city as quickly as I can and then use that extra production from that early city to get some kind of positional advantage. I think it's reasonable. A lot of players would probably take the road, but I think the city build's great. You know, the fact that he doesn't have a lot of wheat to work with, you know, by doubling that 11 with an early city could be massive for him, or even 8, 5, 10 city. 8, 3, 4, perfect. Okay, so like I said, now the board's opened up, we can go with the 9, 10, 2 left, potentially. What else is there, though? I think starting with the brick makes a lot of sense. And again, kind of looking at black's situation, doesn't he have to go on one of the wheat spots? So in theory, if we point left, one of these spots should be open, and going to like the 9, 4, 11 is fantastic. So we're just giving ourselves actually a lot to work with here. Okay, 9-10-2 is not the biggest production spot, but when you factor in getting all this extra space, I mean, the 9-4-11, for example, I mean, that's a 9-pip spot. So it's definitely not trivial by any means. So let's take it. We could point left as well, but I think... I don't know. I think probably going towards the center is better here. Obviously, picking up more wheat's good, but I mean, generally speaking, when I could take advantage of space, I'm going to do it. Perfect. 8-10. Okay. As we predicted, perfect roll. Good luck. Have fun. All right, so kind of our main goal here is generally when we have space, I want to go for it. We could go for a port first, but the thing is, ideally, you want the port to be useful with more production. So by getting the production and doubling the 9, which is really good for us anyways, the wood is a decently tradable, I'd say, with potentially someone like red and maybe in some cases orange. So 9-4-11 is just a perfect cherry on top to the position here. What do we think? Do we like some of the choices here? I guess we'll find out. All right. The 6 is a good block here, I think. Just kind of keeps the pressure on the other dev players. Gives us a nice little opportunity here on the 9 ore. Do we pop? I think so. Perfect. And a lot of every dev there is good. You know, if we pull the road builder, that's amazing. We pull the mono, that's amazing. And I'm not too concerned. Obviously, there's going to be a decent amount of ore on this board. You can already see there's at least 6 ore currently on this board. There's another one. So, not too fussed. It does get me nervous, though, when people start popping. Like, for instance, if red pulls a road builder, we're kind of in trouble because I think he immediately just destroys us on the 9-4-11. It's an amazing spot for red. So we just got to pray he doesn't pull the road builder. Also something to think about. So obviously our first objective is getting the space. But I could also see a situation where we can get a city pretty quickly. Couple 9s roll. You know, we steal another card that we need. Interesting. Yeah. I would do it for 2 cards, but the brick's so rare for us, right? We're on a 2 brick. Okay, doesn't want to budge. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the city's going to be interesting. I mean, probably... It really depends on the city. Yeah, I mean, we'll take the 2 here. But, generally speaking, I probably wouldn't trade that much. All right, perfect. All right, we get a road. Let's go. All right, now we just got to pray red doesn't have a road builder, or else we're in massive trouble. All right. Uh-oh, looking for wood. That's pretty scary to me. So I'm going to see if I can snag the brick here. I know there's some brick on the board. That's actually a good trade for us. I think us getting the 2 cards, super good. We'll take that as well. Unlikely that trade goes through. Interesting decision. So red is popping. I don't particularly like that. Now, we could do the 1-for-1, but I'm going to get a little bit greedy. I'm going to get greedy here. Also, I don't want to give red a potential city. Well, that's a great trade, too. We can take that. Maybe it's just worth taking the 1-for-1 here, now that there's competition with myself and black. Patience. So let's see if we can grab a non-steal with this as well, then. Oh, got greedy, got greedy. Okay, so he took it and passed, though. That's interesting. All right, orange, probably blocking the 9 or the 5 or the 8. I mean, unfortunately, I think we're going to be on all the blocks related to orange here. Oof. Oh, that's not a non-block. Looks like he's cashing in with black here. Which makes sense. Black has actually quite a bit of wheat in his hand. So I think this is a city, if I'm not mistaken. which is actually great for us because pacing-wise, oh, 8, 5, 10. Okay, okay. Man, we're rolling crazy sheep here. Makes sense. We got the 5 and the 10. We got actually have a lot. Will we roll the 2? Will we roll the 2? Maybe, maybe. All right, so we're missing some trades here, but that's okay. All right. So I think this is a good situation. We definitely need to go see if we can snag a brick here. Okay, so cool. That was easy. Or just like, okay, yeah. Brick for non-block. Kind of difficult, though, because he's on all these shared blocks. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Sheet for brick. Let's do it. Guaranteed settle. That's probably the best case, right? You steal a card you need, and then you trade for the other card. I mean, all of a sudden you take kind of like a weird stuck hand to an actionable hand. Yeah, I guess Orange is not happy. But it's like, hey man, deals are deals. He did drop a massive city, right? 8, 5, 10. Pretty scary. And also the fact that he could plow red here. Red should be a little concerned about that, honestly. I could see the 8 being a big block here for red. Oh, okay. Obviously, we don't want to lose our ore. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right, so now we've got the 9-4-11. Pretty good. I think we've got 2 key objectives at this point. We are going to be going to the 3-1 port, which I think is definitely going to help us long term, especially with all this extra like sheep and the extra wood that potentially we will have in our hand. Then we need to find a city play. Though now that the 9s are doubled, you know, building that city shouldn't be too difficult. So a couple 9s roll, all of a sudden we're pretty much right there. And I think a lot of cases when we can get brick trades just like this one, we're going to take it. So the reason I'm happy to do this, by the way, is because it's going to pace Orange quite a bit. Now that he's got the port, he's got the city down. I think this actually plays in our favor, which I'm pretty happy about. Oh, the mono. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I think the one reason why I was surprised he didn't hit orange there is because I'm kind of concerned that orange might have plowed red. So from red's perspective, he probably should have made a deal saying, hey, I'll hit blue, but don't plow me. Versus, you know, just hitting me there. I think he's kind of putting himself at risk. And I could see a situation where orange might drop 2 roads on him. Just to take away his 3-1 port, especially with red buying as many devs as possible here. So... okay, so we pulled the mono. That's a massive, massive card for us. I mean, I think that will definitely kind of sway. Oh, he doesn't drop the road. He goes for the break port. Wow. Don't know how I feel about that. Obviously, when he cities, if he cities 8-4-3 or if he cities anything, he's actually doing quite well. But yeah, I think going for the 3-1 actually is quite nice and also increases his sheep production. So kind of tough to say. All right, we're pretty close here to the road settle. Now, typically speaking, when I pull a mono, I'm willing to forego the city because what I can do is I can always make a big mono play on the back end. So this is like one of those things you got to be adaptable to the game where it's like the state changes. Sometimes the roles are going to change the state of the game. Sometimes, perfect. We end up getting the good stuff here. So I think here, probably just simple. We have a road settle here. Pretty happy about that. Also, the 6-2 is pretty good. So I'm happy to kind of see if I can get that. But I think doubling the 8, getting the 8 to be just a monster roll for us, super good here. But yeah, so that is one little strategic note. I'm willing to forego the early city. I'm willing to forego the early city if I can, you know, maybe mono 1 or 2 cities later in the game. And from a pacing perspective, that's actually really nice because a lot of players are going to think you have a VP. So I can easily drop, you know, let's get a handful of wheat in my hand. Maybe I'm going to mono 5 or 6 ore down the road, drop 2 cities. So in a way, I can use the mono in like a very strategic way to kind of pace a little bit, maybe in 2nd or 3rd place, and then just have a monster turn that's going to throw me ahead. Nice, 11. Okay, port's great. We got a fantastic opportunity on the road game. And we've got enough wood here that I think we can make some consistent wood and brick trades. Perfect. Yep. And I don't mind. Obviously, I do think orange is doing well now, but with us having the mono, that definitely changes our calculations quite a bit. Oh, so here now, I want to get over to the 6-2. I'm thinking about the mono. I'm thinking about I need wheat. My whole goal at this point is just to gather as much wheat as I can and then go for a massive ore mono. So I want you to be thinking about that. Every mono should be strategic. You should be thinking about what are you going to be using it for? And also setting up the mono is massive. So at this point, I'm really thinking about gathering as much wheat as I can, even though I'm at 4 points, so I can make this mono worth my time. And now also with the 8 being a monster roll, I can see potential wheat for brick trades. I can see wood for brick trades with orange. So I'm really excited about the prospect. This looks great for us. Nice, nice. Okay, orange. What good trades do you got for me now, brother? Let's see it. Ooh, that ain't good. I can do 2 cards here. This is also decent as well. I don't think he's produced wood recently. I'm also willing to do it for 2. Just because, again, I'm going to be going for a relatively big mono down the road. Oh, I don't mind that as well. I think that's a value trade for me. And it gets me 2 roads to the 6-2, so yeah, I think I'll take that. Perfect. So he's giving me a lot to work with, and again, pacing-wise, this is great. He's got a... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Perfect. All right, so let's see if we can get the 6-2 here. Come on. Ideally, I don't want to sell the wheat because I need the wheat for the mono, but I think there's a lot of cases where I can get trades. I mean, again, this wheat for brick should be a trade that orange typically takes. Also, I'm not... No. I think the 2 is more than generous here. Yeah, so I just realized I actually made a little mistake there. Probably shouldn't have given the 2 there. I thought I had an extra wheat. My bad. Oops. Oh well, whatever. Again, we're showing 4. Black Saying Bros being fed road. Well, I am the only player, with the exception of red, that doesn't have a city. Unfortunate, though. It's funny, people complain about me being fed. Not that no skill involved when it comes to reading the board and making good trades. Just, I'm just being fed. I think on paper, the question is who should actually get road here? I don't think orange should get road. I think orange wins with road. But, honestly, me without a city is kind of a problem. So again, if they're putting me on a VP, for me to make this setup really dangerous, I need a mono. So if they're thinking worst case scenario, then they're correct. But as it stands right now, I don't think we are as threatening as orange on paper. That's the beautiful thing about development cards. You can play them in a very sneaky way where you never know. You never know. All right, what's going on here? What are you doing? Yeah, and I think it's fair for me to say that orange does have an open settle. Well, orange is on 6. Can't type right now. All right, that is not the roll we want to see here. So I'm going to see if I can encourage red to play a knight as well. I think the 8 was not his best block, knowing just how big the 6 is. Red has 4 devs. Yes, he has 4 devs. That's correct, and that's why he needs to start playing them on you. So I'm going to see if I encourage red to knight. I think he needs to know that it's obviously the 6 here, and I think he will play it. There you go. Look at that. A little bit of encouragement goes a long way, folks. Just a little bit. You know, this is the funny thing. People say, oh, you shouldn't table talk or you type too much. Sometimes people do, right? I am okay to admit that there are times that you can talk too much, but overall, like when done in strategic moments, there's definitely a positive value to doing it. And that's kind of my general thought about table talk. It's like maybe 2 out of 10 times you have a negative situation or reaction, but 8 out of 10 times you get a positive result. Overall, it's worth doing that behavior. So, you know, these are things that you just have to keep in mind. I think encouraging red to play the knight there and getting ahead of it and blocking the right person, that was a great move. It was a great move for me. And I think it's also a pretty decent move for red if he's putting me on a VP, which that's how I'm playing it right now. Now, coming from black, I'm assuming he's going to throw it on the 8 here. He could put it on the 9. Yeah, so I'm making a deal here. He's looking for a sheep. Dude, I got tons of sheep, brother. I'm going to help you out here, buddy. Unfortunately for black, he's really behind on the development card race. Cool. Wheat's great for us. We want wheat, guys. That's what we want here. Okay, so we're going to take the settle. And at this point, now that we've got the 2 wheat, we've got essentially 3 wheat in our hand. We're looking for 6s. We're looking for 8s. Throw it back on the 6. Let's go. So you could see a situation, right? Let's say we mono for 2 cities. That's 7. Drop a road. That's 9. Pull a VP. That's game. Yeah. So we're playing this very sneakily, for sure. But I think it's a fair assessment. Like, if Jake takes road, he's looking like he's at 9 points. Blue basically on 7. I don't get it. Like, this whole time, Jake's been saying I'm basically on 6 or basically on 7. He is on 7. You are on 7. I'm just talking, my guy. Oh, well. All right, let's stay in the game. You know, these things happen. Tensions get high sometimes at Catan games. It's all fun, guys. We're here for a good time. Anyways. But y'all don't listen. Ooh, he's hitting red here. Yeah, red's looking really close here, guys. Okay, so now he's going for road. I don't like. He's doing great. Like, he's a road from 8 points. Settle road from 9 points. Perfect. Look at this, guys. We're about to make a. Feels like we're about to make a big play here. The 9. Oof, monster. So, big thing here. Look at the situation. Blue saying, I'll help you with brick. Well, brother, you gotta be careful. There's definitely a dirty mono play here, right? So we're gonna see if we can get it. Red has 3 devs. That's true. So we're gonna take this here. Nice little dirty mono. Come on, red. Somebody. Oh, boom! Oh, you done, son. You done. Bam! 2 cities right there. 1. I think the 9-4-11 is pretty good here as well. I mean, the 9-10-2, obviously, you're kind of banking on the 2 to roll. Boom. Wild hand. And then what we'll do is we'll just connect here. Yep, bop, bop, bop. I think porting the sheep is fine. I think keeping the wood, because essentially what we can do is we can road settle for the win here on the 4-3. Pop, pop. There's also an argument, too, to drop the road to the 5-2, but I think connecting is good, right? We just have a super solid road. Like, essentially, I don't think road is really much of a threat now, because even if orange connects, he's only at 8, so he would need the 2 roads plus 1 just to take it. All right. Look at that. 9 points, just like that, you know. And this is the power of development cards, and specifically the mono, of course. All right, well, now we got to close this out. Well, A, we have to keep road, which I think orange is definitely an issue there. And then now we just got to find a point whether we roll 8-9. That's just the win, which is pretty awesome. Maybe 6-6-9 could be an option as well. Or we can road settle. And also there are some pulling chances. Roll the good stuff. Ooh, that block. That's a monster block here for sure. Seems like orange is pretty upset. Look what he's doing. Now he's porting his brick. It makes no sense. Makes 0 sense. That's what we want. We need the 4s. There we go. Nice 7. Okay, so I think red is pretty dead. Because the thing with red is he didn't build a city. So his production... Okay, he has army. But he's really kind of filled on his production here. What do we do? Do we drop the road? I think we drop a road here. I'm just counting here. So he goes to 8. So if he can drop 3 roads, like if it's a road builder plus a road, I think this just gives us a little bit more certainty. Oh, and the 2! Oh my god. That's not the roll you want to see when you know I have a bunch of wood in hand. Damn. That's sick. Yeah, see, I don't know why he's acting this way. Like, I'll help you, Blue. Like, what are you doing, brother? I don't know why he's being so mean. Like, you just got, you know, when you get that way, like, I understand getting frustrated. I really do. It happens to everybody, especially if you're competitive. But to be like that, where you're just, like, insulting people and then trying to throw the game, makes no sense. Oh, let's go. All right, every roll wins. That's it, baby. Sometimes, you know, it's too easy. Too easy. Now, we don't have it if the 7 rolls, though, so no 7. Oh, my God. Come on. All right, so if we steal the wheat, be honest with you, I haven't really been tracking that much. I think black's... I don't know if there's any wheat on the board. Maybe if you know somebody who has wheat. Also, it's not a bad idea to block the 8 just to stop any kind of road plays here. Oof. Damn, so red and orange are just going at it here. Jeez. You know, I wonder, did I have to actually connect? I think it was actually not a bad play. I think the idea of solidifying road's good for me just because I have time to win this game. But damn, that 7 hurt. The alternative play for me was to... Actually, I could have dropped 2 roads to the 4-3. That was an idea. So instead of connecting, I just build up to the 4-3, and then I have an open settle spot here while taking road simultaneously. That's actually not a bad idea, honestly. I mean, luckily, if you think about it, no one's even close. I mean, red might be on 8. Cities for 9. Yeah, they're going at it. I don't get it, man. Oh, he's got the road builder. What a Chad. So this does suck, but the reality is it's not too bad. Obviously, our 9 being open is a massive roll for us. 6, we can pop devs, which means VPs, Yops. Knights are even great, so we can protect the 8. Making a big trade here. Doesn't really make sense for black. I mean, he's just stopping the settle, but he's not getting any value. I mean, he's on 4 or 5, putting red on 8. Obviously, they have to stop me from settling. I totally get it. But just feels like he's kind of he's delaying his loss. But, you know, I respect it. You've got to try. What is going on here? Jeez. So we're putting red on 8. Orange... 7 settles for 8. You know, the thing is, orange could build a 10 here. He's got a fantastic setup. He's got a settle on the 3, 10, 11. He's got a settle on the 5. He's been so weird about this game. I don't know, man. So weird. All right. Okay. We don't have winning rolls, but we definitely have pulls. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, now. Oh, we're going to pull for it. Good luck. GG. Ah. All right. All right. Yop's great. Okay. That's the win. That's the win right there. All right. The Yop is perfect. I mean, doesn't matter, right? Now it looks like Black's going to take Army. So it just shows you how strong that mono was. All right, Jake, come on. There he goes. He's trying. A little too late for that show. That's game. Yeah, clearly you're done with this, buddy. Yeah, so let's doesn't really matter, does it? GG! Come on, drop it down. We're gonna put it here on the 8. Call it a day. Schmack. Well, well, well. Is red and orange friends that game? I don't think so. Here's the dice. We got some resource stats. Didn't get robbed the most, though. But I did produce the most, which was quite nice. And we had a really nice mono there. Trade stats. And then the development cards here. GG. Yeah, unfortunate. I think Orange's behavior was a little bit... probably could have been better. Probably could have been better, but, you know, well played, Blue. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, lucky mono for sure. So what do you guys think? Did you like the setup? Did you like the play? Are we just lucky like that, pulling a big mono? Maybe. Maybe not. Overall, OJ knew you had a mono. Well, if you knew I had a mono, I mean, that's... I don't know, man. Yeah, it looks like they're... Even post-game, it looks like they're getting chatty. So overall, we can go take a look at the board here. 8-5-10 was fantastic. It allowed us to pull the ore on the way back. And then, yeah, I'm pretty happy about this whole situation. And good devs, good rolls. I think we paced really nicely. We were off a lot of the key blocks, like the 8 block and the 6 block. And the 2 at the end was just gold. I was pretty happy about that. Maybe we could have been a little bit more efficient with our roads, where maybe we could have gone to the 4-3 instead of connecting there. But I think the connect's fine. We've just got time, essentially. And that's the one thing is I'd rather just play solid and know that I'm going to creep to 10 points first versus trying to blitz it and making my position a little bit more vulnerable. So there you go. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that game. That was a fun one. And man, these guys are still going at it, huh? Soloed for the entire game. You weren't soloed for the entire game, dude. What? Like, if we look at the stats here, I got robbed 7 times. You got robbed 8 times. Come on. Get out of here. Oh, well. Oh, well. I also even 7'd out and lost 5 cards when he didn't lose any. So, I think he just didn't. Like, your attitude sucked. It is what it is. So, whatever. Thank you so much, guys. If you enjoyed the game, please don't forget to throw a like on the channel, subscribe. We're going to keep growing. By the way, I've made a pretty big promise here. I'm going to number 1. I'm going to number 1 this season. So I want you to get excited. We've been playing some awesome Catan. I've got so many games recorded now. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to put up a bunch in the membership as well, because probably not going to post all of them just because of how many games I have between the ranked games and the Discord games. I want you to have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much. Much love, Danny Crew. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.